Hello everybody, it's Zeidoktor here with Typical Manga Fan, and this episode of the Typical Manga Review is dedicated to One Piece, Chapter 821, Understood. And before we get into the chapter proper, we see that One Piece has made the chapter of Shonen Jump this week. Also, a little fun fact here, you see how there's like kanji there to the left of Luffy?
Left of Luffy.
Yeah, like the picture of the four emperors.
Yes.
I don't know what the two on the top are, but the bottom two, like next to Kaido and Big Mom, are the kanji for Yonko.
Okay.
Yeah, just a little fun little factoid there. I don't know what the two above that are, though. I don't know it well enough. I just I figured that's what it was, and I confirmed it because I know the Yon kanji, the four kanji.
I keep getting distracted by the fact that Shanks is like the only normal size Yonko.
Yeah. Like, anybody after East Blue is going to be gigantic at this point, I think we can safely assume.
Why are they gigantic though? It's not like.
Yeah. Next few pages are some ads for One Piece Film Gold that's going to be coming out at some point here. But then we get to the cover page, and the cover page is pretty damn awesome. We get like a stylized art version of the current characters, like the samurai, Cat Viper, and Dogstorm in the back. The team Big Mom in the as the main corner here, like Luffy, Brook, Sanji, Nami, Chopper. Look at Chopper, by the way. He looks more like a Tanuki there, I think, probably. Then we also have we also have Momonosuke, but oddly enough, we also have Pedro and Carrot. Why of all the minks are they the ones included on this? I mean, you'd have expected Wanda at least.
I don't know. People think maybe because people think Carrot's cute, and the guy. I don't know.
I don't know, but still, at the same time, it's like, I don't know. It just seems conspicuous here because you'd think if any female mink was going to be involved here, it would have been Wanda.
Yeah, I know. Just kind of. Yeah. Maybe they. I couldn't tell you. I mean, I can tell you why they included Carrot. I just can't tell you why they didn't include Wanda.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And in the chapter proper, the elephant is tilting. Like, basically, he's taking damage. Things are falling, crashing. Like, we have Frankie and some minks just like dodging some buildings. We have all but a few people like just falling or tilting or doing everything they can, except for like Claw, Dogstorm, Luffy. Oh, look at Luffy right there. Like, you see Chopper and Nami holding onto his neck.
And it's like stretching really.
Yeah.
No, this guy cannot be hanged, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, and I see Law and Dogstorm there standing like bosses. Which is very impressive in Dogstorm's case when you think about it.
Yeah. Like, nope.
Oh, and Zoro. Zoro's right there too. And I think it's Robin. Is Robin anywhere in there? I don't know if that might be her behind Zoro or not. I can't tell.
Yeah, but I do like the way Law's saying though. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Law and the dog.
Yeah. And then Cat Viper is pretty much saying what we already know, that something's happening to the elephant, to Zanisa. And we start hearing a voice around here, and Momonosuke and Luffy can both hear it. And it seems like to be really loud to them, like they can't hear anything else.
Yeah. So basically, everyone we go back to the outside, and we see that they're shooting the legs, basically, of
yeah. They're basically, funny enough, I told you before, Chad, I recently got like Shadow of the Colossus, and this is actually pretty much what you do in that game. Like, the very first one, you have to like attack the back of its leg to make it fall down, and then you start climbing up the thing to take it out proper.
That game is considered like one of the best ever. Why is that? I never played it.
I don't know, it seems very simple at first glance. It's like, you just go out there and kill the monsters, but just from what I've seen already from the first couple of them, and what I've seen on a few videos here and there, like, the monsters are well designed, and then you have to also have to kind of like you're basically like one normal little guy trying to take out these big giant monsters with nothing but a sword and a bow. So you have to like climb them, scale them. It is pretty cool.
I do know that Shadow of the Colossus was considered like one of the games that kind of like prove that video game is an art. Because Roger Ebert, I love the guy, but he was an asshole to video games. I think for a liberal guy, he was hella conservative in that type of situation.
Yeah, and I think part of what the charm might be just fairly simplicity. Like, it's simple plot. You're basically just trying to bring a girl back from the dead. You're told you have to kill the Colossi to do it, etc. And then you just go from one to the other and just take them out.
Speaking of taking things out,
go for
let's see what we can do to Jack.
Yeah, and it's like they notice that the elephant is actually starting to feel it. It's like, and Jack's like, even your average elephant will stampede at the sight of a single bee.
Yeah.
But this ring really has been alive for 1,000 years, and its skin ought to have become weak and aged. Living legend? Ha! More like a half-dead relic.
So yeah, Jack's being an asshole.
Yeah, and
Like,
you can actually,
as usual.
and it got a disturbing look up. You can actually see like this. He's kind of right. Like the skin's like dried up, broken up in a way. Like you can actually see where it's inside almost.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
the very center panel.
I mean, there's a gigantic village on top of it. I mean.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, so Jack basically says, "Let's go and finish it off," and then gouges his eyes, cut off his tongue. Basically, yeah, he's gonna be really good, really brutal with this elephant.
And I'm noticing the woman here, Jin Rummy's like, even she seems to be shocked by just how brutal Jack's willing to be here.
Yeah, well, honestly, she shouldn't be surprised. If Jack is like this, think of Kaido.
Yeah, true.
Or the other two Calamities, because there's two more people who are like Jack.
Yeah, and then Luffy and Momonosuke are hearing the elephants like basically, quickly, please command me if you are out there. And Luffy's like, he doesn't get what's going on. He's like, answer me, who even are you? But nobody else can even hear what he's yelling at.
Yeah, and wait 1 second. I think I'm load.
Yeah.
So you go on.
Yeah, like Luffy's like, he can't even say anything. All he can do is hear it. It's not responding to his speech. Like he doesn't even know who it belongs to. And we see Pedro say that Roger and Odin said the same thing when they visited this island. And quick little detour here. What I'm wondering right now is Pedro saying on manga stream it says Gold D Roger, but I'm wondering if he's actually saying Gold D Roger or if he's saying Gold Roger. I'm willing to bet it's a single one, but manga stream has mixed this up a little bit back and forth.
Well, I'm sure they would know it because the two leaders know it, so it's not that surprising they told this guy.
Well, at the same time, like I don't. It's not that. I'm just wondering, like, did they translate this accurately?
Oh, I wouldn't. I have no idea.
Yeah, because like they've mixed this up a few times.
Yeah, but I mean, the fact that he would know that it's Gold D is not really that hard to believe.
No, that's not. I don't mind that. I'd be more. I didn't even believe that they didn't even know about Gold Roger. Like the Samurai don't seem to. But anyway, yeah, he basically says that they could hear a majestic voice that they were unable to converse with. And Momonosuke seems to be the one who's taking it furthest, though, because he's actually starting to see through Zunesa's eyes. He sees Jack.
Oh, wait, but by the way, you said the Samurai do or don't know the name.
I don't think they do, because like the way it was kind of mentioned before, like on One Piece podcast, was when Kinemon said Gold D Roger. It was kanjied in such a way that normally when in One Piece, like in the Raws, when someone mentions a D, we see the letter D. But in his case, we saw it like the kanji or kana for it, like the symbols for it. So it's like he's saying he knows Gold D Roger is his name, but he doesn't get the significance of the D. So
Odin did say that he tried not to tell everyone anything, so
yeah,
that'd be it. But I would believe that those should be more open about that.
Yeah. Anyway, Momonosuke has recognized Jack, and he's attacking Zoe. There's 5 ships up there, armed to the teeth, to their 9 o'clock, and they're wondering how he can know, but at the same time they're also like panicked because the elephant's being attacked. Jack's really alive, and like Momonosuke's freaking out a bit because all this stuff is just coming right into his head. Like he's not quite sure what to make of it.
He's hearing voices.
Yeah.
It's time to put him in the hospital, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, and the elephant's like worried because if it were to fall, everyone would be in grave danger.
Yeah, that'd be pretty bad.
Yeah. The minks apparently do have ships though, so they're going to engage Jack at sea.
Yeah.
Actually, real quick, hang on, I just know something. Oh, I thought I saw Chopper and Kung Fu Point, but I think that's just another mink.
Okay. So, yeah. Anyway, so then there's I like how the elephant starts to talk about the past in the ancient past, and then someone else continues it for him.
Yeah, like Momonosuke's just translating for him, but it's like because he's realizing that
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
The owner of the voice is the elephant itself. It's Junisa.
Okay, and I didn't see what's going on. He's translating what he's saying. So you start to hear him talk, and then Momonosuke is saying it for him. Okay, I get it now.
Yeah, and basically in the ancient past, Zoe committed some kind of crime, and because of it, it was sentenced to walk for all eternity.
What the frick did he do?
Don't know. Like to only act at the behest of an order to the end of time. That is why it needs permission, just this once. Command me, allow me to fight.
Yeah. And so he's like, "Do not give up, Zoe. You must not fall. Drive out, Jack. Push him back."
Yeah, and I say and Luffy's like, he's the one who actually tells Momonosuke, "You have to do it. I think your voice will reach him. If Zoe's taken down, we'll all end up dead."
Yeah. So yeah, I actually kind of skipped that, but yeah. He basically then he tells the elephant to defend himself.
Yeah.
And then he says, "Understood." and turns to the.
Yeah, you're done, son.
Turns to the ships, and then Jack's like, "Holy crap!" You can see it, so he doesn't say it, but you can see it. And then the trunk just slams right down and swipes the shit out of the ships. Everyone's like, "Holy shit!"
Someone did not think this through.
Yeah. And he just... I mean, you know what's really interesting is that the elephant looks a lot like... Well, okay, what's really funny is I said there was an elephant battle, even though it's not really a battle, it's a slaughter.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that Jack could turn into a mammoth, and and when the elephant destroys the ships in this panel, you can see that the elephant's eyes also remind you of Jack.
Yeah, I was just noticing that as you were about to... I kind of thought that might be where you're heading on this, because I was just noticing it myself. Like, you got the lines across the eyes almost there. Yeah, because I was like thinking to myself, like, they look different because they normally look sunken in, but you're absolutely right about that.
Yeah.
And they...
oh my gosh, this is awesome!
Oh yeah,
it's such an awesome moment!
Yep, and then the...
Destroys everything! Yeah!
Bariete, the little monkey guy with the Uncle Sam hat, he's like he's watching this. He's seen what just happened, I think, and everything starts to calm down now.
Oh my gosaru!
Yeah. Yep. And Momonosuke is like can't hear the voice anymore either. Like he doesn't see anything through the eyes. He can't hear the voice anymore.
He doesn't need to. I think.
Yeah.
I think it's because Zunisha's like, okay.
Oh, real quick, look at the panel in the bottom right with Frankie. His whale hair right in front of his whale.
Oh yeah, I did notice that.
Frankie's hair is such a thing here now.
It's interesting because he didn't have hair after the flashback, after the time skip.
Well, his hair is adjustable.
Yeah, but I mean, he kept it in a very short form.
Yeah. And then...
Well, I mean, he had hair, it was short hair. I don't know why.
Yep. And now, Variete's reporting what just happened, that Junesa used the trunk and sunk the fleet. It's like, and at this point, Docksum's like, apparently none of them had ever even really considered that Junesa was a sentient creature that possessed its own will, much less that it could actually respond to people.
I feel like it did, it just didn't care. I mean...
Well, it's like, if it's really like, if it's really forbidden to only act in certain circumstances, it just may be that these weren't the rights, they couldn't get it to work right.
Yeah, I mean, I guess... I mean, what do we describe as sentience again? I mean, like, we knew that...
Actually,
we know
the ability to reason, I think, is where it is.
Okay. Like, we know that elephants are smart animals. Like, they're smart animals.
Yeah.
They have very good memory. So, I mean, being alive itself is not is still, you need more than that. But I think elephants definitely are considered sentient. Yep. But yeah.
And now with the crisis averted, things are going to more serious concerns. Well, except for Luffy. Like, everyone's still in shock. Cat Viper's wondering, like, they need to figure out how Jack was able to navigate to Zoe, because if they can't work that out, then Zoe will no longer be safe. Like, alright, you go get him. How crazy that Zoe's on our side now. And Cat Viper's like, you are a cheery guy, aren't you? Well then, we'll be off. Do me a favor and bring us a bunch of food.
Honestly, yeah, let's go for it, man.
Yep. And then
anyway, so, yeah.
It says, like, our final little section here is like a new world a certain island, which I'm pretty sure is going to be Wano, because among other things, we've seen this place before. We know Kaido's based in Wano, and also it's occurring to me that these trees look like bonsai trees.
Yeah.
And then, like, apparently Kaido's getting word from a phone snail, and that their communications with Jack have been cut off at sea, Lord Kaido. But here's the thing: does this snail look familiar to you?
Yeah, it's reminding me of that one guy who was trying to fight Jack.
No, not Jack. You might mean Kaido.
Oh, I mean, yeah, Kaido, yeah, like one of the three guys. Well, does that mean he was okay, wait. So here's what I was thinking at first: that he was either a traitor, or they're using his snail from his end.
Or he was beaten into submission and started serving Kaido.
Yeah. Oh yeah, then that's the third one. I forgot that.
Yeah, because I think real quick on the panel right before that, where you see the bars, like, it's very indistinct for us. But somebody at least said, apparently did some kind of outline where there's at least a leg and a boot that looks like kids. But it's really, really, like, indistinct. I'm not going to buy anything into that.
Where?
Like, you can't really see it unless you, like, know what to look for, and I don't know what to look for. It's like in the very next bottom center row left panel, like where it says "What is it?" Like there's like bars there or something.
No. So yeah, so the yeah. So I mean, yeah. So first off, we know that Kaido won, obviously.
Yeah. Assuming a fight even started to begin with.
Yeah. Because we remember the kid, the piano guy. I forgot the other two names because I didn't care. It was
Kid and Hawkins.
Guy.
Kid and Hawkins.
Yeah. call him Scarecrow guy, but yeah, Kid and Hawkins, and what's the piano guy?
Apu.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Thank you. Come again.
Yeah. I mean, Kid's the only one I even cared about, so that's the only one I remembered. But so yeah, last time we saw him, Kaido basically was right in front of them, and they were preparing to fight him. And so I'm assuming that either they got beat. So we see that. But here's the thing, though. It says that on the bottom left, it says that there's no. It's questioning who the voice belongs to. Does that mean it's pointing us to that attention?
Well,
so
yeah, the phone snail voice, you mean, right?
Yeah, but at the same time, though, if he's right where it can't be Apu, right? Because Apu was there, so why would they communicate?
The main reason I would think it's Apu is just because the phone snails always look like who's talking through them.
Oh, okay. I thought it was whoever owned it.
No, if go back to any phone snail conversation you can find, and the phone snail always looks like the person that they're talking to.
Oh, okay, because I was thinking to myself that if it's Apu, it could still just be like he stole the snail phone from him.
No, like if it's Sanji, you'll see like one eye closed or possibly in a curly brow.
Okay.
Things like that.
Okay, so yeah, so my guess is that some people are saying like they probably just made an alliance with him and to survive, and that they probably just left by that time and taken out Jack.
Yeah, but in between there, that's where everything happened with Jack.
Yeah.
So here's a question for you though: did their contact with Jack cut off because of his attack because he got beaten by Zoe, which I think we can safely assume?
Yeah.
Or because like what happened with Sengoku and company?
Zoe. It's a Zoe thing because it happened right after the Zoe thing.
Yeah, very true. Like I said, that's why I'm thinking it's most likely there.
Yeah.
I was just like random dot.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'd say that it's probably that they got beaten to submission and they decided to make an alliance with him to not get destroyed.
Yeah.
And yeah, that means I think the danger of this means that Kid, Apu, and Hawkins are now basically going to be obstacles to Kaido.
Yep. And like I said, that's pretty much the end of the chapter at this point. But it's like this is a fun chapter. Like I said, like you were saying, like the elephant acting and kicking ass was awesome.
It only did one thing, but that was all it took.
I mean, you get like a big old 2-page spread of the elephants just like smashing that fleet.
Yeah, I kind of wanted Jack to go mammoth form to see, because I mean, come on, you want to see elephant battle?
Yeah, but at the same time, like I said, Jack is like, this guy is insane. Like the guy is the trope here would be called stupid evil, like where you do like stupid or sadistic things even when you know it works against you, and that is pretty much Jack to the core.
Well, I mean, Jack didn't have any. He probably thought that the elephant even the Zoe guys were like, I didn't think the elephant really did anything other than just walk.
Right, but at the same time, like, and so I don't blame anyone for thinking that, but it's just like, at the same time, like, just attacking the thing in the first place, like going all the way back there just to do that.
And then one person said, "Why didn't you just aim for the vitals?"
Well, maybe they didn't have the range to do it, because that's why they're going for the legs in the first place, to get them down lower so they could do whatever they wanted.
It's because, I think he's saying, like, why would you not expect retaliation? I mean, at the same time, it's like, even if you didn't truly expect it, why would you risk it? Because if you did, all it took was one, right? So, it's better to just get on there and attack everyone. I mean, okay, but my other question is this.
Okay.
What the hell does Zunisha do?
I know, like I said, we got some tantalizing little hints on that one here, because, like, we know that there's some kind of crime. So the question is, like, not only what was the crime, but who did the sentencing. I'm willing to bet it probably has something to do with the fact that it carries the road poneglyph.
Do you think he might be one of the or maybe not be one of the power, or one of the weapons, but maybe be like a part of it? Maybe like, cause how like Sea Kings are not technically the weapons, but the person who controls the Sea King is a weapon. So like Princess was like a.
I've seen that theory, but at the same time it's weird because there are at least 3 weapons that we know of, and one of them is we know for a fact is like an actual regular ship.
Yeah.
Because that's Pluton. Because like Frankie had plans for the thing at one point.
Blueprints. Yeah. Then we had the Princess. Right?
Yep. And then the last one we have is Uranus, and I think the idea there, one theory I've seen kind of going around is that one's based on the sky, because you've had Poseidon as an underwater creature, the mermaid. Pluton is an actual ship on the water, and then the third one might be like something above the water.
Okay, that's just kind of cool. So probably not an elephant then.
Yeah, but like I said, it could have some connection to that. Like, what it would be, I don't know. Or what I'm wondering as well is what makes Momonosuke able to actually talk to the elephant rather than where Luffy, Roger, and Odin could not.
Well, maybe. Well, wait, are you sure Odin could not?
They specifically said that. Like, Roger and Odin heard the voice but could not converse with it.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
I wonder if it's because he's so young.
Maybe. That could be it.
I mean, like, it's sort of like how in like stories, like kids can see supernatural things that other people can't.
Well, what they can do is they can hear higher frequencies than older people.
Ooh, that could be something too. It's good. Though now I can't really think of the elephant talking in a helium voice. Now that you say that.
Yeah, well, yeah, but that is actually true. Kids can hear higher frequencies than older people. Something else. Yeah, I mean, so I'm gonna go with the one where it states that Apu, the Kid, and Hawkins got their ass beat and are now siding with Kaido out of basically trying to survive. Basically.
Yeah, at the very least, we can safely assume Apu has. The other two are a little harder to say.
Yeah,
but
at least Apu, because someone did said that you said that Kid, you could see his kid's legs on the side or something.
There's like some picture somewhere where like someone did an outline of it, but I'd have to hunt it down. I'm not going to worry about that right now.
Okay, so at least Apu.
Yeah, and we know Drake is part of that too.
Oh yeah, so you got Drake, Apu, and maybe Kid and Hawkins.
Yep.
I think that's a little extreme. Let's just have Apu.
Yeah, that's one more I could see. Like I could see Kid, if not Hawkins, like refusing, and then they just lock him up until he agrees or until they do whatever.
Yeah, someone actually in the comments is talking about the leg thing.
The leg thing about how you can see the leg.
Yeah. So my guess is that Apu just was the only one who decided to side with Jack. Well, not with Jack, with Kaido, and the other two, or at least Kid, said no, and therefore got wrecked. Because I think fighting Drake and Apu might be a little too much. Before even getting to the two calamities and Kaido himself. I mean, that's extreme.
Yeah.
I mean, I know these vampires, and you're gonna get to extreme shit, but that's even more extreme than I thought it'd be.
What I can't wait to see is like Luffy coming up against one of the supernovas that submitted to the emperors. Because we have Baze, obviously, but Luffy hasn't met him face to face.
Who?
Capone.
Oh, Capone. Yeah.
But then we also like Kid. Luffy has actually fought alongside. Like Luffy knows him. Yeah. Luffy never met the other two though.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like going with Kid, siding with Kid being the one to say no, and siding with Luffy, attacking Kaido for revenge or whatever, might be a pretty cool thing.
Yeah.
Because we know that Kid and Luffy and Law are not like best of friends, obviously, but they have an alliance when it comes down to it, like when they need to. So I feel like this is another situation where like, look, I want to attack things, and you might be against that, but for now, I want to get something back going back at Kaido for what he did to me. So let's team up.
Yeah, and Luffy and Law, they've reached a point where they can trust each other. So. And
remember, Kid had a higher bounty than Luffy. I don't know how much he has now.
I don't know if he knows. I don't know either off the top of my head. It may have been said. I don't know if it's actually been said or not.
But Kid is special because he actually, both him and his first mate both had high. I think. No, actually, I don't know about his first mate. His first mate actually had. Was it lower or higher than Zoro's?
Let's see here.
Zoro's was 120. So.
Yeah, at the time when they were introduced, Zoro was 120 and Killer was 200. So he was.
So Killer even had him higher than Zoro. So these guys are
actually.
They're special.
Hang on a second here. Oh no, that's his bounty now. 200 is his bounty now, I think.
What was his bounty before?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
Okay.
Okay, his bounty looks like pre-time skip his bounty was 162, so he was still higher.
So it was still higher. Oh, very close. So that means that these guys are something special about them. They actually might be one of those rivals who, even though aren't part of the Yonko, might actually still be stronger than we. I mean, I know that bounty is not exactly a representation of strength, but there's something special about them for why they have to be the highest.
Right.
Well, not even just with Eustace, but also with like Eustace Kid, but also with Killer. You know, and also he also being the only other crew that actually had a first mate who was part of the Supernova 11.
Right.
So, I feel like this is an alliance that they probably kind of join up with, because that's the. I mean, are you literal? I mean, I feel like that's the only like believable way they can actually beat Kaido. They have to join sides with Kid, because remember that. Well, I mean, first off they went Big Mom first. Yeah. So yeah, but they have the Zo guys, they have the Samurai. But that's it. So I feel like they need Kid as well. Oh, they have Law. But I feel like that's not enough. Like Kid, Law, Luffy, and the rest of everyone else. The original alliance, right?
Yeah.
So the
Oh yeah,
law.
Kid, Law, and Luffy. You're right.
Yeah, come on, let's do this.
Yep. Also, for reference, Kid's bounty is listed on One Piece Wiki as, let me get that back up here, 470.
So he's lower than Luffy now, but Luffy just got like the last boost. Like he just got. It was higher than Luffy's back before, because Luffy was 400. So still reasonably like, you know something's up. Yeah. So someone actually did ask, is Zoe the last weapon? No. So yeah, you made a point saying that it's more reasonable to think that it's somewhere above the waters.
Yeah, at the very least, this isn't the place to introduce a new weapon, I don't think. Yeah. If it is something about the sky, I figure it's probably going to tie into Eneru. Or maybe some new Sky Island.
Yeah, I feel like I do think our time with Eneru's done though.
It's hard to say because he's been set up for something to possibly happen down the road because he's on a civilization on the moon.
Well, I mean, I feel like that's just like for fun, not really actual serious plot. I don't know.
I'm sure people said that about things like Django's Dance Festival and all that stuff too, but they've come back even in minor roles.
They come back, but not really as important characters. It's just there. Hey, look, there they are.
Yeah.
They're not really that big.
Wapple, he hasn't come back, but the Wapple metal he rates is like part of Frankie's new tech.
Yeah. But I mean, it's all like just small things. They're not gonna be like a freaking weapon of mass destruction type of thing.
Yeah,
that's a little too much.
And again, I can see Andrew wanting to module his mask on the world.
I mean, I feel like if there was something about Andrew that would make him like a weapon or something like that, I feel like that would have been pointed out. At least there was a hint that he could have had a relationship to the other to the weapons of mass destruction. Uranus. I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of why I went with the other pronunciation.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one, it's like in I don't think Zenace is a weapon like in that sense. If anything, he's probably going to be tied to the ancient civilization for sure, or he's going to be tied. I don't know quite how they're going to play that. But either way, the elephant's definitely going to tie it into that. If for no other reason than the fact that it seems to have been trusted to have the road pointing glyph on its back. And there have been multiple references actually about this kind of thing. Actually, come to think of it, like of places that have pointing glyphs, like having some long-awaited duty that they need to fulfill.
Yeah.
Because this isn't the first time we've had something like that. Like we have Zunesa here. Then we have Fishman Island with Noah. They had like an appointed time it was supposed to actually move for. And then we also have Sandia, the island with the City of Gold, where that pointing glyph was. So there's definitely... Okay, just random off-the-cuff thought here that literally just now hit me. Like, Alabasta's pointing glyph. I wonder if that's why Alabasta's the one country that didn't join the Celestial Dragons.
Maybe. By the way, so yeah, I mean, there was a person who said, like, maybe Zunisha has some... It's 1,000 years. That means he actually predates the blank. He actually was there before the blank century happened, or whatever event destroyed them. So maybe what happened to him was... Well, he's 1,000 years old, but maybe he was part of the Ancient Kingdom, and then when they defeated the Ancient Kingdom, he was also punished as being part of whatever happened with them.
I don't think they would follow punishment in that sense. It might be some wrong against the kingdom itself, like maybe failure to protect it.
So, but you're saying the kingdom punished him, not the world government.
Or maybe it's even itself punishing. Zunisha punishing itself. I have no idea.
That's not the punishing itself. It's ridiculous. But yeah. Well, you said you pronounced Uranus differently. How did you say it?
Uranus.
Oh, whatever. We're all men. We're all mature men. We can handle that.
Well, you're half right. we're all guys. We're all men. Mature is relative.
Well, I'm a lot older now, so. Yeah.
But this here. Yeah, this one though, I think this is not really, other than gushing over the elephant, gush. There's not really much else to do at this point. I don't think.
Yeah. Do you think that's it for Jack? Because he's been pretty resilient so far.
Yeah, I can't help thinking we'll see him again, just because he's got to get taken down on a personal level, I think.
Yeah, I feel like his crew's done, but I feel like himself, and maybe some of his lieutenants might be able to survive.
At the very least, the two main ones we've seen, Sheepshead and Jin Rummy.
Yeah, because we actually know them, and I don't think. Yeah, I don't know, but I don't think us knowing who they are makes it so that. I think it makes it so that we makes us knowing who they are more likely for them to survive.
Yeah.
Also, and it's Jack's injured though. I mean, maybe he's like barely climbing on, he's injured, and then all of them at once do like a one punch on his face and just
Yeah.
wreck him.
How he'll survive, I'm not sure, because at the very least, we know he fell into the water.
Oh, you're right. He did fall in the water.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah, because he's a devil fruit user.
Yeah. So,
I mean,
how that? I mean,
Actually,
that
this does make me wonder one thing: the gifters, the guys that have like the fake zone fruits, are they vulnerable to the sea?
I don't know. Well, maybe someone saves him. Who knows?
I mean, if that's the case, that would be the most likely reason, other than the pleasures, who I think are fruitless.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he could be saved by fruitless people. That's not hard to believe either. But yeah, I think one of his lieutenants, both of us at least, maybe are not desperate users. So they could save him. I mean, it's not really hard to believe that he could be saved. But what I'm thinking is that he barely climbs on, and he's weak to the point where they basically are the Zoke guy people, the Zoke and the samurai can defeat him. Because I mean, they probably couldn't defeat him had he been full strength. But he's been damaged by the admiral fight, and he's been just wrecked by the elephant.
Yeah.
So, Denisha. So
I could get behind Jack being done here. I just think that he's the kind of enemy you have to be on a very personal level after everything he's done.
Yeah. So yeah. Maybe I think my guess is that. Well, what if the dog punches him. No, wait, no. The dog punches him, and the cat kicks him.
Like using the limbs that they didn't cut off.
Yeah, but the reason why is because they actually care about the other guy, so it's revenge for the other leader.
Oh, I get it. Like dog throwing punches with like his left arm, and the cat kicks with like what was it, his left leg, right leg.
Yeah.
Actually, that would be cool. I could actually see exactly that happening. That's exactly the kind of thing they could go for.
Yeah, I mean, and then that actually shows that they actually did care for each other, even though they keep telling them like, I don't give a shit about you. Oh, look, you lost an arm. Who cares? I mean, that's cool. So I mean, I'm for that. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Come on, Oda.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Let's call ourselves a theory on that. Let's do that.
And then, and then maybe like someone in the middle, Raizo just does something where Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yep. Alright. Okay, so I think we're good to go here. So that's been our review of One Piece chapters 821. Understood. Or maybe it's being understood in the sense that Momonosuke understood him. But either way, go ahead and take us away.
Bye.